Hello everyone, this is Otaku Showboat, and today I'm finally going to attempt to make this video that I've been saying that I've been going to do for quite a while, and that is a sort of like a state of my accounts type video for Genshin Impact. So, I just hit AR 50 not that long ago, it's been a couple of days, a few days actually, at Adventure Rank 50, and I do not regret increasing the world level immediately to level 7, not too awfully much, because all it really does is it extends the amount of time it takes to kill things. I'm just going to assume that Oceanid is Oceanid and will always be a massive pain in the rear end to defeat as a boss. The most difficult of the bosses in the entire game, to be quite honest, in particular for one very specific type of enemy, and that is the flying enemies that necessitate having a character that can actually damage them while they're up in the air like that. Which means that you need to have a archer of some description, that's the easiest way, or I don't even know. Sucrose, I think, could hit them. And Ningguang can hit them for Geocatalyst. Klee cannot hit them. She can only hit them with her E ability, and you can probably tell by the name card that I have. My Klee has 10 friendship, and I have Klee. In fact, I have all of these. I have all of these as characters. If you have not seen Genshin Impact before, or you have not seen the content, or thought about the content in terms of the avatar, you only get an avatar when you get a character. So, the list here is not every character that exists, it is only every character you have. So if you see someone who has, say, Albedo as their avatar, they have one. Or if they have Venti as their avatar for whatever reason, they have a Venti. I do not have Venti, I do not have Albedo, I do not have the Zhongli. But I do have Klee, and I do have Tartaglia, and Ketching, and Jean. Constellation 1. I'm so sad that I have a C1 Jean. Let's start with the characters. Who I have, what their levels are, and what their kits are. This is just going to be a general overview here on my main account and my sub account. So I have 24 Genshin Impact accounts. I do not play all of them. I play 2 on a regular basis. The rest, yeah, may or may not be played on a regular basis. I have a few others, besides the main and the sub, that are accounts that I have played past Adventure Rank 10. In fact, I have a spreadsheet that I can refer to here. So besides my main and my sub, the only accounts that I have gotten past Adventure Rank 10 would be 4 accounts past Adventure Rank 10, and then there's 2 accounts, no, 5 past Adventure Rank 10, excuse me again, I can't count. There are 4 past Adventure Rank 10, and there is 1 extra one that is at Adventure Rank 10, 2 that are at Adventure Rank 10 that have 5-star characters, one of which I actually somewhat care about. Everything is paused because I'm tabbed out of the game. Here. So, the main account, Klee, level 80, has not been advanced to 80 out of 90. I'm working on it. Friendship is 10. She is my main DPS character. My main. I do play Klee. I do not mind the wonky, different playstyle of Klee. In fact, I play Klee because she has a different playstyle than the other characters, because she is different and unique in how you have to control her to get better damage output. I have Kaya for my ice character because I don't have Chongyun. I am very sad because at this point in time, Chongyun is my only 4-star that I don't have. The only one that I don't have on this account of the 4 stars is Chongyun. It blows that I didn't actually get Chongyun on the banner that had the rate up for Chongyun. Unfortunate. So I have Kaya. We'll look at the equipment I have on these a little bit later. I've got Tartaglia, Friendship 9, actually working closer to 10 and getting his name card. That's his stats. That's Diona's stats. I haven't put too much effort into Diona. She's a healer. My Traveler is only level 70 so that I could get the wish on it. In fact, a quick point about Ascension and wishes. In my honest opinion, the only reason why the developers added wishes to each of these 3 specific Ascension levels is to push people to ascend more characters and spend their resources on ascending characters. I'm pretty sure that they use this as bait to get people to actually ascend and try out more characters. And you know what? It works. And it's a good decision. It is one of the best decisions that was made in terms of updates to this game, was adding in this little standard wish to the various Ascension levels. I wish we got one on this Ascension level. I really wish we got a wish. In fact, because at the moment this is the final Ascension, there's most likely going to be additional ones after this as we go along. I don't see a universe in which this is the last Ascension level. We're going to be able to get at least to level 100, right? In the far future. Maybe at that point they'll add in the other fate, the character, the event wish fates. Maybe we'll see on the high end event wish fates. Who knows? Who knows? I would like something though for the last one that we currently have, because of all the work involved. I have Fischl at 70 of 80 as support. I have Zhongling as support, but she has Crescent Pike. Ketching, who has been neglected, but does have a Lion's Roar at this point. Jinyan, who I'm working on Jinyan. I'm working on her. Jean, who is C1, and I am so disappointed that her C1 was not Chi-Chi. Sucrose, 50-60-ish, working. Again, I want to get as many wishes as I can out of things. I haven't used Jingzhou for much, but he does have a sacrificial sword, so at least he's got his proper weapon to be a good support. Barbara is Barbara. She's got her thrilling tales of dragon slayers, whatever. Bennett is Bennett. I have not, on this account, focused on getting Bennett because I got him quite late in the journey. In fact, I got him on this banner that is currently live as of the recording of this video. It's about to end. But I did get him because of this rate up on the banner. And I have him, I think, C1, which is pretty good. Noelle, neglected. Ningguang, neglected. Beidou, neglected. Razor, neglected. even though I think I got Xinyan and Razor about the same time. And of course, Lisa and Amber, very much neglected all the way back here. Definitely am considering... Wait, I have... I have to farm the gray arrowheads? I could just get a wish for 6 Everflames. It's an extra blue here, but that's like obvious. I should do that because the game is pushing me to do that by giving me an actually good reward for doing that. Hey, things that make sense. Things that make sense in this game. Same for Razor. I should fight this guy for Razor at some point. So there's my characters. There's my characters. What do I have equipped on these characters? I don't have the accessories for everyone yet, but I have a lot. And I have weapons. I have Solar Pearl on Klee. So this BP period, this Battle Pass period, I did decide that I would buy the Battle Pass as well as the Welkin Moon. It's the first money spent on this account, the whatever $10, $15 for the Battle Pass and the Welkin Moon. I will never buy wishes unless I have a crap ton of money in which to buy wishes because they're so awful. Like, I look at the ratio on the amount of money per wish. It's like I look at the cost per wish, and for 10 wishes, it's like it's over $20. It's like $25. It's less than $25 if you buy a lot of gems at a time. And it's like, do I really feel comfortable spending over $2.50 for a blue weapon? Like, yeah, that's the question I have to ask myself. It's like, am I comfortable spending $2.50 on a blue weapon? Or am I comfortable spending $25 on a purple thing? A purple character or purple weapon? Is a single purple character or single purple weapon worth $25? And it's random which one you get? Nah. If I had money to spend, maybe. But not right now. But I did get her the Solar Pearl, which is the Battle Pass weapon. Yes, I have catching. I know that the Battle Pass sword is catching's best in slot. But Klee is the one that I play, not catching. And I'm not going to put the time and the effort at the moment to level up the catching to be a main DPS. I want to do that at some point. Maybe in a future Battle Pass, if the weapons stay the same weapons ad infinitum. Because there is some talk that after the 5 Battle Pass periods where you could have gotten R5, Refine 5 on the weapons, that they may change it up. I don't think they're going to change it up for a while. If ever, we shall see. Klee's accessories. And I am working on getting the stuff to enhance. Not to level to 90, but to advance to 80 out of 90. Ascend, I should say. So right now, she's got a 2-piece Gladiators with 2-piece Crimson. I have yet to get a yellow Pyro Cup. I am Adventure Rank 50, and I have spent quite some time doing artifact domains. I have spent quite some time with artifact domains. This is not perfect. In the slightest, it could be better. But, you know, for the gladiators stuff that I have, yeah, there's some potential on some of these other ones. This has potential. Not you so much, not you so much, and not you. This one has potential, but, am I inclined to switch off of energy recharge and crit rate plus? Oh, for a crit damage plus? Hold up. I'm curious. I was looking at this. It may not be good for her, but I am curious. See, I'm getting distracted already. Like, I keep not doing this video because I know it's just going to end up being me rambling about every single possible topic I can think of about Genshin Impact. And here we are. Not for Klee. No. Nah. Welcome to the Genshin Impact experience, where you roll flat defense on every single upgrade of your accessories. Okay. Could be better. I think this rolled defense at least once extra. I hate that. I hate the witch's domain, to be honest. Gladiators longing attack percent with awful stuff, but I would need another attack percent gladiator's longing if I want to maintain the gladiator 2-piece on her. I mean, the witch's 4-piece is fine, but meta. But meta though. Animo, Cryo. Thanks. Geo. Thanks, game. I've gotten the cups of the witches set for most everything but the pyro that I need. And Ollie has arrived. And I have a crit damage hat with too much HP. Because, yeah, that happens. Because I was so happy to finally get a crit damage hat, I stopped caring about the substat on it. It could be so much better if I spend more time in the domain, but I didn't want to spend more time in the domain. And if you've ever done the Witches set domain, you'll understand why I took what I got and left. Kaya, I've got a pretty decent feather, a very decent flower, a very, very decent flower, an energy recharge lava walker. I don't really want this, but I'm still trying to get something else. Do I even have another two set? No. I'm looking for one of two things. A noblesse cup of cryo percent, or a noblesse timepiece of energy recharge. One of those two things, and then Kaya is good. But I don't have these things quite yet, because the domain is awful. I have a fizz damage urn. Great. I have a fizz damage urn. It's not what I need, and I need the attack percent mask, so that's decent, but it has HP percent at 5.3. That is a lot of crit damage. Huh. Tartaglia, again, I just haven't gotten a yellow cup with Hydro. Meh. Decent. Meh. Existent hydro damage. And meh. I got the set, and I was done with that domain. I got what I got, and I was done with that domain. Healing bonus. Because it's the best thing I have with a healing bonus on it. I would like Fade the Maiden set, but she's already got 4-piece Maiden otherwise. Doesn't really matter what the last piece is. Oh yeah. That should be upgraded. Why attack? Why did that give me attack? I'm so sad. Oh yeah, I just need to do that domain. That domain is the Maiden and the Viridescent Venerer. For Animo, this one. This guy. I should do that more. Yeah, I should do that more. Fischl has her sets. She's got Thundering Fury. Needs to be upgraded. I haven't really done much besides the feather on her. Energy recharge and electro damage bonus yellow. I've gotten a bunch of electro bonus cups, but not pyro. Oh no, not pyro. Yeah, I need to get a Thunder Summoner's Crown crit damage on yellow at some point. That's the one thing that she really does need. Zhanling has Crimson Witch 4-piece currently. I want to completely replace her Crimson Witch 4-piece with a 4-piece Noblesse. That's the plan for her. She needs a complete replacement. And catching crit damage, of course. Pretty sure she's crit damage rather than rate. We shall see. With my current... I think with my current weapon, I need a crit rate rather than a crit damage. She has an Electro Cup. She has an Electro Noblesse Cup, which is actually pretty good, considering the strength of her Elemental Burst. Attack, yes, attack. All attack, all the time. All attack all the time. Yep. Could be different set stuff, but there we go. The last one to really say anything about in terms of the current artifacts would be Xinyan, but the main things here, I haven't really shown the weapons on anyone. Festering Desire I've given to Kaya. I happen to have the stuff to ascend it to 80-90. Rust on Tartaglia, 80-80 currently, because I don't have a better weapon than Rust. The Favonius, because I don't have Sacrificial. Yeah, it's like, I don't have Sacrificial Bow. I don't use him. Stringless on Fischl. Stringless is Refine 1. I don't have any extras of that. Crescent Pike on Zhanling because, well, it's Crescent Pike and it's OP. I should have an energy recharge pike on her, a la Favonius Lance, or usually the recommendation would be the other crafted one that has energy recharge. I need to compare between the Favonius and the one that you craft. I forget the name of it. They changed the name of it, I'm pretty sure. Of course, I'm not going to remember a thing that had its name changed that I don't even use, unlike the now prototype Archaic. That's like the only one that I know. Lion's Roar on catching. In fact, I was gonna look at... She needs a crit rate helm. She needs a crit rate helmet slot. She does not need a crit damage accessory. She needs a crit rate accessory. Xinyan. The one main reason that I am leveling up Xinyan is the current state of the Spiral Abyss. specifically on floor 9, where I could really use a Pyro Claymore and a Pyro Claymore. One on each team. I have Klee, but I have no Claymore character that I have leveled up considerably for use in any content whatsoever. Because, well, Klee's bombs explode stuff, and I don't need the Claymore to do mining with Klee. So, I chose Jinyan because she is Pyro, and she's a Claymore, and I got one of these as my 5-star on the standard banner. The irony is, the next weapon banner is going to have a rate up on Skyward Pride for the Ganyu set stuff. The irony also being that Skyward Atlas is currently, for the next couple of days, the rate up on the weapon banner. I just don't summon on the weapon banner. I don't wish on the weapon banner at all. It's unfortunate that I ended up with Skyward Pride. It's also unfortunate that the character event banner gave me C1 Jean when I don't use her for much of anything. I understand that she can be very powerful when built and with the proper accessories and constellations. Like, this is a good constellation. Don't get me wrong. This is a good constellation. This is really good buff to her elemental skill. It's just, I don't like how she plays. She's a bit boring on how she plays. She reminds me of... She's like Animo Traveler to me. And with her E, her elemental skill. And it's just not particularly great, honestly. I just don't use her much, which is unfortunate because she was like my first 5-star on this account with catching / Klee. This account started with several 5-stars. So Jinyan, I've got the Skyward Pride, which I am working on leveling up as well. It needs this stuff, which, yeah, and lots of experience. I have, actually, the exact stuff that I want for her. I think. It's not, like, completely 100% the meta of the set bonuses, I think. It's an option. It's an option, and I chose this option. I chose this option. This is not a particularly good feather, but... And this has potential. This is an attack watch. What does she scale again? Defense? Does she scale defense? I might want to give her this. Hold up. Talents. You are damage absorption based off of defense. Okay. Okay. She is damage absorption based off of defense, so really... it's Elemental Mastery, though. We'll see what the 4th one is on this, but I'll just keep that in mind. Notes to self. The Fizz damage! Hey, I got Fizz Cup with, hey, defense. Hey. There was another one here. Crit rate, HP attack, flat attack, though. These are not good. But they work. And crit rate, I think, is the one I want as her hat. Because Skyward Pride is energy recharge? Yeah. Skyward Pride is energy recharge and not crit rate. Not crit rate. So she would do good with more crit rate until 25% or higher. Then extra crit damage is necessary. And that's all I really have to say about these characters. I have Sack's sword for him. I put my old weapon for Klee onto Sucrose, the Mappamare. And yep, Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers. Just, I don't have a weapon for him because I already am using my sacrificial on Xingqiu. I have a sacrificial great sword. Refined 2. Yay. I've got my prototyper kick on Beto for whatever reason. Oh yeah, because I put Snowtomb Star Silver on to Razor. If I ever try him. Oh yeah, the meme. I put the meme on Lisa because whatever. I'm not using her. So that's the characters. That's the weapons. That's the accessories. I'll just go through constellations. I have a C2 Kaya. No constellations on my 5 stars except for Jean. C2 Diona. Traveler's Traveler. He gets all the things. C3 Fischl. C0 Zhongling. 0 catching. 1 C1 on Xinyan. Yep, C1 Jean. C2 Sucrose. C1 Xingqiu. C3 Barbara. C1 Bennett. C1 Noel. 0 on Ningguang. 2 on Beto. C2 Beto. C0 Razor. Another reason why I was more inclined towards Xinyan. And, yeah, I got C1 Amber. And C0 Lisa. But, my luck has been my luck, whatever luck you want to call it. And just so that we are all aware, each and every single one of these has the bonus on it, which means that it has not been bought before. First time buyer bonus available only once. I have not bought crystals through these sets. The only crystals I have ever gotten is the 300 through the Blessing of the Welkin Moon, which I bought X amount of days ago. Alright. Just so as we're clear on that nonsense. I spend my star glitter on wishes, because screw that. At this point, the only character I need is Chongyun. And sure, it would be in my best interest to save 34 for a Chongyun. It would take a really long time. And knowing my luck, he'll be next month. And I won't have 34. Knowing my luck, that will be the case. So that is the state of the characters on my account. What has the experience been like thus far on this account? And what have I been noticing about stuff and just balance and all of that? Well, considering that I haven't really spent anything outside of the Welkin Moon and the Battle Pass, the game is definitely still playable. I mean, it's playable. I am killing things relatively quickly. I can complete every domain. I can do every domain. Some not as easily as others, mind you, but I can do them. And the whole of Dragonspine was pretty nice. I have done everything in Dragonspine. I have 100% exploration, as well as every single one of the Crimson Agate from there. So I am done with Dragonspine. I am done 100% everything. All of these little indicators, by the way, are all spots for accessories. The free accessory drops that I go to on a semi-regular basis. Everything marked with a clover is 24-hour respawns, and anything that is the star pin in here is a 12-hour respawn. just so that we are clear on that. Oh yeah, I don't know why I put a food pin on the tower with all the eggs on it. I don't know why I did that. For my own laughs, I guess. For my own laughs. This is a reminder that I can buy meat from the dude here. Draff, I guess is his name. The father of Diona. AKA the leader, chief guy of Springvale. Chloris, out here, there's a flower shop NPC that you can buy regional specialties at out here. Yeah, stuff, things. Take from my map what you will. There are 2 spots in Dragonspine that you can get a bunch of accessories every day, by the way. So that is this account. I can do everything. I'm not worried. The only thing that worries me is Oceanid. I know. I know. We're going to go and we are going to fight the Pyro Regismine because I've fought it 3 times so far, and every single time at this world level, it has given me 3 of the character ascension materials. So I want to know if it's always actually guaranteed 3 now. / is there a chance for 4? I don't think there's a chance for 4, but there will at least be a chance for 3. Let's see. I have 4 teams. I want to use this team called Screw Pyro. I'll give you a guess as to what I use this team for initially. That one's Screw Hydro, and that one is Exploration, but I guess I would call this Screw Cryo. It's based off of the domains I've been fighting. So this team is the team that I use to do the witch accessory domain. This guy right here. Domain of Blessing Frost. Why is it called Frost? I don't know. I don't know why it's called the Domain of Blessing Frost. Is because they want you to use ice characters here. Because there are ice things in it, and they... What am I trying to say? I don't know anymore. I'm just fighting. The thing is, that domain... You can't use pyro characters or else you'll take damage. It's Electros, I'm pretty sure. I have blocked the memories of that domain from my mind. It is an awful domain. I'm just gonna wreak havoc and then run. Hey, could you, go away, please? Thank you. Charge shots with Rust? Isn't that bad? Well, we've got Tartaglia, and the answer would be no. It's still going to die. I haven't spent money, and that's how fast I kill this thing at world level 7. Did I get 3? I did get 3. So, it seems as if the minimum amount, at least, is going to be 3. And I'm going to be able to calculate based off of 3 from here on out on the Everflame Seeds. Of course I'm doing Everflame Seeds to get my Klee. To get my Klee ascended next. Oops. I want this team. This is my general team. This is the one I just run around on the map and do stuff with. But, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of my resin today. Hey, I don't know. That's just how strong Tartaglia is, for the most part. He's good. He is good. And, you know, Klee, I get lazy. I get real lazy with Klee, because the way that Klee really works to maximize your DPS is something like this. This is actually supposed to be higher DPS on the normal attack than doing this, the spam clicking, doing this. I stop caring at times, because this is tedious a bit, and I'm still not getting the timing exactly right. If you get the timing exactly right, she won't move forward at all. Sort of like that. I just need practice to maintain it. And it doesn't... That first hit is not the one that staggers enemies. Not in a greater area. So I end up having some trouble keeping up the damage, because it also... These are explosions, and they push enemies back. So I have to end up running forward anyway, no matter what, if I do this. She still kills pretty quick, and the main thing about her is that it's her charge attack that does a lot. It's her charge attack that we're playing for. I know Solar Pearl does not work on charge attacks. Go away. But Klee gets stamina-free charge attacks. As she hits things, she'll get a little flower, fire flower, around her head, floating around, and that indicates that you can use a charge attack for free, without stamina consumption. It's great. It's wonderful. It's what her kit's based on, and yet, if you are trying to do this, it makes using the charge attack a little bit harder, because the first throw doesn't chain into it very well. I'm just trying to... Because if you tap... There, that's it. So, the charge attack works well chaining into it from the second throw, which is actually the weakest attack percentage. And it works fine from the third. It does not work well from the second. It does not work well from the second. And, oh, yeah, right, talents. That's the weakest hit. That's the third hit's the strongest, but the time it takes to do the full 3 combo is so long that actually doing the one hits quickly adds up to more damage. It's very slight change. It is not a huge difference, but it is a difference, and it is technically better to just spam the first attack over and over again. Why are these not higher? I have not gotten a Ring of Boreas in 5 weeks. I swear to God, I have not seen a Ring of Boreas for the life of me in over 5 weeks. I have gotten 2 ever. Note I have Tartaglia, so this says 8, but it's 7. It's level 7. Actually, I've gotten 1, because this is upgraded once. I can upgrade it again. To be base level 8. On the flip side, I've gotten a bunch of Shards of Foul Legacy. So now Tartaglia's burst and skill are at level 8. And his normal attack's at 7. It's almost at 8 because I've gotten this so many times. And of course, Diona. I've already leveled up her Q once, because I just have so many Shards of Foul Legacy. And I have a couple of Spirit Lockets for Kaya. His Frost Gnaw is 7. I question the Mora use on Kaya, because the only thing that upgrading it does is increase the skill damage, and it's not necessarily the reason. The damage isn't the reason I have him. I have him to inflict cryo constantly, not necessarily dealing the damage of his attacks. So it's not been that high of priority, he says, with a level 7 skill and a level 6 waltz. I understand. Trust me. I understand the issue there. I need to get this leveled. And this leveled on her. I need to get Jinyan up. In fact, I'm just going to do that on her thing there, because that's going to be what's destroying shields for me. Shields, like, not Abyss Mage shields, but the other enemies that have, like, cryo shields and geo shields. They will take more damage with claymores just inherently. That's this account. It has been 46 minutes. It has been 46 minutes of me just talking about my main account. Let's go to my sub account, where we can talk a little bit more about how things have been going over there. Welcome back. This is my sub account. Remember what I said about the avatars being available only for characters that you have. I am adventure rank 35 right now on this account. So let's keep things in perspective. Max level 70 for characters on Ascension don't have access to the gold drops quite yet. Don't have gold drops yet for the accessories. Not focused on getting accessories. The accessories are trash on all of my characters that I have right now. And, of course, I am in the process of ascending several characters, deciding who's going to fill what role in my cast. With that said, also using fragile resin to try to get to AR 40 as quickly as possible. I still have like 20 plus of fragile resin to chew through to speed up the process. In my opinion, getting to AR 40 is the #1 top priority in this game. Getting to AR 40 is a lot more important than using fragile resin at AR 40. Yeah, it helps, but it takes a long time to get there if you don't spend your fragile resin. If you're willing to wait weeks extra to get to AR 40, you go right ahead and use your 40 fragile resin or however much you have by then at that time. The game is going to give you fragile resin every adventure rank when you're up at the highest adventure ranks anyway. So keep this in mind. It's not like fragile resin is particularly not present. So this account, unlike my main account, has several 5-star characters that my main account does not have, including Diluc, Zhongli, Albedo, and Mona. My main account does not have these 4 characters, which is why I am very grateful to have this account. I have not spent money on this account. Let's... Step 1. Shop. Bonuses are there. First time bonuses available only once. If the bonuses are not there, that means you've bought crystals. I have not bought crystals on this account. I have also not bought the blessing, and I have not bought the battle pass. Go to, what was the thing, F4. I have not done the battle pass. on this account. What I have done is been really lucky, because this account is actually older than my main account. This account is a few days older than my main account because it rolled Diluc. I recorded already the inception of this account, the creation of this account. If you want to see what I did from AR 1 through 7, that is my guide video. That is my video for a reroll at AR 1 to 7, like quote-unquote speed run, if you want to call it that. Yeah, just, you know, my run. That was my video on rerolling to AR7, was making this account, where it had Diluc. That was about it at the time. But since then, it rolled Zhongli, then Mona, then Albedo, and I was shocked. I will note that on my main account, by the way, the last 5-star that I got on the character event banner was Jean, my C1 for Jean, which means that the next character I get for a 5-star on my main account is guaranteed to be the event banner character. The problem is you need to wish enough times to get another 5-star character. And I'm going to be a bit more hesitant on how I spend my primogems on my main account from here on out. Not so with this account, because the last character was Albedo. The next 5-star is not guaranteed to be the character event banner. I would be okay with another Albedo, but I have been spending a lot, like all of my primogems thus far, on the Albedo banner. Having Bennett would be nice to have extra constellations on him. I forget if I have his C1 here as well. Do I? Yes, of course I do. No constellation, no constellation, no constellation, no constellation. Bennett C1, Kaya C1, Fischl C1, Noel C2, Chongyun exists on this account. Sucrose C3, Jinyan 0, Beidou 1, Razor 0, Lisa 0, Xingqiu 3, Barbara 1, Zhongling 0, and Amber 0. That is that for those characters. Prototype Archaic. Prototype Starglitter, that's the name of the thing. Starglitter, for energy recharge, because he's support. Harbinger of Dawn, because memes. Because memes. If you don't know why this 3-star weapon is pretty good for Albedo, maybe look that up sometime. It comes down to the fact that it has both crit rate and crit damage on it. When HP is above 90%, it increases the crit rate by a ton. And if you stack crit damage on this guy, you can cast your elemental skill, the little flower with the big AoE radius around it, switch to a main DPS character, and it just adds a ton of damage. Like, it doubles the damage every time it procs, in Geo damage, mind you. It's really good. It's a really good support effect. So, Albedo, he's a really good support character for extra damage that is Geo, and it will just get better once we are in 1.3. Haha. I'm not looking at artifacts because, well, I don't have the good artifacts. However, I did get a crit rate helmet. I did get a crit rate helmet, which is ideal for right now. I'm trying to decide who for the moment, is going to be a DPS for Team 2 for Spiral Abyss. I have just gotten... Oh. I have done the first 4 floors, and I'm going to be starting the next set of floors. Floor 5 requires 2 teams. For floor 5 and onwards requires 2 teams. So I'm just trying to figure out who is going to be Team 2's main DPS character. I've got so many support characters, and I have to think, do I want it to be another Claymore character as a main DPS because I have Diluc? Or do I want to go Mimi and try to do a C0 Mona main DPS? That is not ideal, by the way. Particularly because I have Chongyun as Chongyun. Chingcho. That's the name. Not this guy. This guy. Particularly because I have him, and I have him at C3. He's on the next banner. This guy's on the next banner. As is she, Zhangling. As is Noelle. I have zero interest in this next banner, I'll be completely honest. I know this is like big news stuff that it needs its own separate video, but this next banner, character banner, with Ganyu, Zhangling, Xingqiu, and Noelle, I'm skipping it. As someone who does not buy wishes with money, real money, I cannot justify using wishes on a 50% chance that I'm going to get a constellation rather than something new. I'm also not keen on the weapon banner either. Particularly because I'd rather have a character later on down the line than a weapon now. I'm one of those people who would rather spend all of the primogems and wishes on at least a chance of a 5-star character, which is why I have done wishes on the standard banner with primogems. But yeah, that's that. Let's look at this team. This team is for the geohypostasis, even though Albedo's sort of useless here. Oops, I clicked out. Who would be... Chongyun would be good, actually. Chongyun adding a little bit of damage. We're going to fight the geohypostasis. I'm assuming I have resin. I am in the process of getting my Albedo ascended, as well as my Zhongli. So the geohypostasis, Zhongli is really, 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 really good at helping to take out the pillars in the middle. It went that away. I prefer finishing off this one in the middle. It's gonna shoot stuff at me. Do more damage. Please take out this pillar while it's still here. Thank you kindly. I'm holding off on the Q. The animation on the Q takes so long, and the guy only has a small damage window, small-ish damage window. Please go to this one, please go to this one, please go to this one. It went to this one. It's gonna do the thing. Do some damage. Oh, I shouldn't have done that now. I should have been using Zhongyun this entire time. Oh well. Hello, you're going this way. Didn't do enough damage. Oh, I'm gonna... Ow. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice that he was about to hit me with the pillar. Zhongli! Really good character. It'll immediately take out 2 of them and deal a bunch of damage to the 3rd. And there it is. This fight is somewhat trivial. Thanks to Zhongli in particular. And yet he's gonna get buffed so hard soon. I question everything about life. It's like, does he really need a big buff? Maybe a little bit more damage on his attacks, but yeah, can I still not ascend you? Oh. Right. I need stuff. I need stuff. I don't have enough stuff. Not quite yet. I have like how many? 28. I'm okay. As for this account, I am missing 1 of the Animalculus and a bunch of Geoculus. I am not finished exploring in the slightest on this account. There are a lot of chests left. Wow, 91% Windtail Highland. That's pretty good. 100% Dragon Spine. I am missing 1 Crimson Agate. I do not know which one it is. And I have absolutely done the thing with the foxes already. So there is 1 missing that I have no idea about. And it's not the little one that floats over this cave, because that was the one that was missing on the main account. There's this one down right here, floating over the entrance to the cave, way up high. There's one right there. And that was the last one I needed on my main account, but I made sure that I got it here. So I do not know. I do not know what is missing. I'll have to go through and do that at some point. But anyway, what are my final thoughts about the state of my accounts? Clearly, I am still playing this game. However, clearly, there is some sort of an inherent issue. I should not feel the need to have more than 1 account. I should not feel the need to have more than 1 account. I should not feel the need to have more than 1 account, and yet I do. There is a perspective where that is a good thing, and there is a perspective where that is a really bad thing. On the one hand, it means you really like the game, and you want to experience the game again, and by making a new account, you are effectively able to experience the game again. It's like starting a new game in any other game, any other single-player game. Just start a new game. But, on the other hand, that also means that I felt compelled to have a different experience than my main account with different characters. And I felt that the only way that I could really feel the effect of a different experience was to play another account that managed to get different characters after having rolled many accounts. Many accounts. This account, I think, was the 18th account that I had made. I can look this up. It was the 18th. Yes, it was the 18th account that I made total. The 17th reroll on this account. Oddly enough, my main account, the 19th. Then the next one, it was the next account. So, you know, different luck there between these. I'm just going to stay on this map because it's actually static and I can be alt-tabbed while I'm here. It might not play music, though. Hello? Muzak, there you go. So, the very first account that I had, it actually has Zhongli now as well, which is like, okay, this is my only account without Beto. I made a second account as my first reroll account ever, and it gave me a Klee, and I played that Klee account, and I decided, you know what, just the one 5-star wasn't enough for me. I wanted something better / different. A different experience, and I don't have the money to buy the stuff, so I rolled, and I rolled, and I rolled accounts until I recorded this account that got the Diluc on it. And then I was playing with my Diluc through however many adventure ranks at the time when I decided, you know what? I've done this so many times already. Let's do one more. Actually, I made enough emails to do 5 more, but one more. And as it turns out, I got multiple 5-star characters and a character I was familiar with playing. And I decided, you know what? This one's luckier. It doesn't have Diluc, sadly, but it was luckier. It had more 5-stars on it at the beginning. As it turns out, now we've got the same amount of 5-stars between these two accounts. I have my latest account, account 24. I somewhat play because while it didn't get any 5-star characters, it got a Wolf's Gravestone 5-star weapon and a C1 Razor. And Razor. So, Razor plus Wolf's Gravestone was something I've been interested in seeing and trying. But you've done all these rolls, all to do something for free, right? And that speaks to something. I'll leave it to your own interpretation as to what exactly the conclusions are that can be drawn from this. I just present to you this experience to say, hey, there's either something decent here about the design that is allowing people to, that makes people want to replay the experience again. But there's also this experience here that's pushing people to restart, to play a different experience. So there's the I want to experience again, and the I want to experience something differently. I want to experience the experience again, but different. Is it good? Is it bad? Let me know in the comments below this video. Please leave comments. Please, for the love of God, leave comments and likes and all that good stuff if you've watched this and you've gleaned anything from this entire exercise. hour-plus long video. If you've gleaned anything out of it, just the state of the accounts I'm currently playing on Genshin Impact, / my thoughts with having an account that's now at AR 50 on just the state of it, I'm resin. That is the one thing I have not talked about today. Getting a character to AR 50, I see there is a point to resin. There is a point to slow people down. That's all that it's there for. It's there just to slow progress. There are those who feel that it slows it too much. I agree on some aspects. I feel that artifact domains, artifacts in their current iteration, like the way that they're currently implemented, I feel that artifacts with their RNG associated with them and their substats and all of that, I think that's enough to slow people down for progression. I don't think artifact domains need to be 20 resin to do them. That is a bit too much of intentional slowdown. Especially when you need artifacts to level artifacts, right? You need artifacts to feed into artifacts to level them up, let alone how many times you need to do a domain to get the artifact set that you want with the proper substats and all that. In fact, I feel that if you were to either reduce or remove resin costs from artifact domains, it would push people to farm more and play more to get the artifact that they want. And it'll push people to do the Mora ley lines more, because you need to spend Mora to upgrade artifacts, and that'll become more of a bottleneck. It'll make Mora more of a scarce thing to push more expenditure in the form of the Mora ley lines. Which I am okay with the Mora ley lines costing resin. That is fine. And the character experience costing resin, even though the final level takes freaking forever with the amount of books that it needs to get a character up to level 90. There is intentional slowdown to allow the developers enough time to develop additional content. That is why resin exists. It allows the developers to make new content so that you have something to do every day in the game, so that you don't stop playing the game and not come back the next time there's more content added. That's the whole reason. If you didn't realize why the resin system exists in the first place, it's there so that you keep playing, so that when new content comes out, you keep playing the new content and spending money, ideally, to do more content and to get new characters as new characters come out. The last thing they want is for you to not play for an extended period of time and not come back when new content is out. But I think it is overtuned. On the same page, in that same realm, I think it is overtuned in that you made everything that you can do to progress in the game on a consistent basis locked behind this resin system. Literally everything that you can do to progress in a meaningful way in this game is locked completely behind the resin system, and it's particularly egregious with artifacts because artifacts random roll the type of artifact and the main stat on the artifact for 3 out of the 5. And the substats on the artifact, up to 4 for the yellows. Like, you realize that's several months for a team of 4 characters, 2 teams of 8 characters, to actually get a good set of artifacts for them. Like, the developers have to be aware how long it takes to get artifacts for a suite of characters, right? And to get enough artifacts to level up those artifacts, right? Like, why does this use as much resin as it does, is my question. For artifacts in particular, that is the one thing, if nothing else about resin were to change, artifact domains would be the one thing that I would reduce or remove resin from. That, like, of all the things, artifact domains. Artifact domains. It will take a significant amount of time even without resin. And it would give you something to do for however long you want to play during the day. Every day. Guaranteed. It is something for you to do however long you want to play during the day. Just do whatever freaking artifact domains you want. Go for it. Spend 12 hours doing those domains, and good luck at getting even one artifact with good substats for the one character that you're working on during that time. Good luck. Good luck. And especially when there's even more randomness to artifacts. Do you want to know what all the randomness with artifacts is? So it's a random chance to roll a main stat. The main stat amount is set depending on rarity. It has a random chance to roll substats, up to 4 substats. But those rolls are also within a random range of stats for each stat. And each time you level up and increase one of those sets of stats, it is also random how much it increases by. So you could end up with an artifact with 4 ideal substats, and then get completely screwed by minimum rolling on like all 4 of them. Or maybe you want to stack crit rate, for example. Get a whole, like, every roll crit rate. You just want an artifact where every roll is crit rate. You want it to be like freaking 20% plus crit rate. I don't even know if it can do 20. That's just first thing that came to mind. Do you realize how long that'll take? Do you realize how much resin you have to spend? How long that's going to take? You could do daily refreshes for 3 months and never see one. Never have that happen. There's enough RNG in the artifact system inherently, in the way that the game handles the improvement of artifacts, that it doesn't need resin to still take a long time. That's my point. And if people no longer have to spend their resin on artifacts, that inherently buffs how much resin you have for later game players to do on other things, to advance in other ways on a daily basis. That is my thought on how I personally would change things, because I'm really, really salty about artifacts. Okay? I'm really, 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 really salty about artifacts. Or have a free version of an artifact domain that gives you worse drops, but allow the option to spend resin to get better drops. Wow. Wouldn't that be awesome? Huh? Huh? Wouldn't that be amazing? Anyway, I'm going to end it. With that, I'd like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Shibut. If you've enjoyed today's video, or videos, depending on how I've edited all of this, please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the join button if you would be so kind, turn that blue button gray for me, become an erudite otaku, and or support me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushibut if you are so inclined and able. And, yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you've enjoyed seeing some Genshin Impact pre-recorded videos here. I have been considering... Announcement time. I have been considering streaming Genshin Impact on a regular basis. But on a challenge type of run. On a challenge run. Not this whole only doing free-to-play characters, that's BS. And well beyond my skill level. Okay? I would say that I would want a challenge that more people would be able to actually complete, huh? How does a challenge that more people would actually have the skill level to actually think about attempting and completing? And that challenge would be the 0 Primogem Wish Challenge, where you may only wish for characters using wishes that the game gives you. Actual wishes, as in any time the game gives you these things, the intertwined fate and the acquaint feint, and intertwined feint. If the game gives you one, you may wish with one of those. And what that inherently allows is for a new account to be able to do all of the novice wishes inherently, because you get 10 and then another 10 at AR 10. I'm pretty sure you get 20 standard wishes by AR 10 and a bunch of primogems, but you're not allowed to spend primogems on wishes. That is the challenge of the challenge run. No primogem wishing. You can spend your primogems on resin refills as much as you want. No primogem wishing is the challenge. If you want to see the challenge streamed or in any other way, let me know in the comments below if you want to see me do that challenge. If you've enjoyed the Genshin Impact content thus far, if you learned something, if you have learned something from this, or decided whether or not you agree or disagree with my thoughts about the resin applying with artifacts, let me know. I'm interested in your thoughts as to all of it. Should resin get a tweak to be every 5 minutes instead of every 8 minutes per resin? That would be a pretty good buff that would allow everyone to do more during the course of a day. Or something a little bit more, shall I say, extreme? I would not say that I would agree with completely removing resin. It is there for a good reason, etc., etc. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all on the next one.